But Bill, if you come with me, you'll float too. Oh god, that creepy little fucking bastard. So It was directed by Andy Muschietti, and it is the newest adaptation of a Stephen King novel to the big screen. And we follow a group of kids called the Losers Club as they are growing up over their summer vacation and realizing that they are all being terrorized by the same creature, Pennywise the Dancing Clown. I hate clowns. I hate them so much. They are my biggest fear by far, along with animatronics and dolls. So I was very hesitant to go into this film, and part of that was also because this fear stems from the 1990 miniseries. But the trailer and the poster both blew me away. So I knew, even though I hate clowns with the passion of 1,000 burning suns, this was a movie that I would have to go and see. And I'm glad I did, because this film is spectacular. This is one of the best films of the year. It was very wise of Andy Muschietti to go ahead and do something different with Pennywise. Tim Curry's Pennywise was a very iconic role, and it still is. So how do you top that? You don't. You go different with it, and Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise is so much different. Yeah, Tim Curry's has a lot more personality to him, but Bill Skarsgård is far more terrifying. And part of that was the very smart choice to not really tell us anything about Pennywise. We see a lot of what he is, but they never really tell us. We know really as much as these kids do. Now, if you've read the novel or seen the 1990 miniseries, you know exactly what Pennywise is, but if you haven't, you're going to be in the dark. I think that was a very smart move. Let's talk about the Losers Club as well, because besides Pennywise, the one thing that had to work was the Losers Club. And they're all great. I'm usually not a big fan of child actors. Usually they do not work for me at all. But this year we've had a couple really good ones. All of the kids in the Losers Club join that list. In fact, all the kids in this movie were really good. To a varying degree, of course. I mean, the 7-year-old who plays Georgie is not going to be nearly as good as the teenagers that are in the Losers Club. But none of them stood out to being absolutely atrocious. And the Losers Club adds so much to this film. They really make this film feel like Stand By Me, that happens to have a killer clown in it. And based off the trailers, that's not what I was expecting. I was really going in expecting a straight up horror film. And I just want to mention the opening scene. There are going to be slight spoilers in this, but if you know anything about it, it is probably this scene.
Hi, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello? Hiya, Georgie. What a nice boat.
And yes, that is the opening of the book. That is the opening of the miniseries. The opening scene where Georgie gets his arm ripped off by Pennywise was one hell of a way to start out this movie. And it really showed that Andy Muschietti was not going to shy away from children violence. Children violence is one of the things in Hollywood that is still very taboo. Many directors are not willing to go as far as Andy Muschietti did with this movie. A lot of the horror in this film isn't really centered around Pennywise, but rather the personal lives of these children, especially around Beverly, who easily has the most fucked up personal life in the Losers Club. And the horror in this movie is incredible. This is mostly an atmospheric film, and I really enjoy that, along with some very disturbing imagery. One scene that we see in the trailer is Pennywise coming out of a refrigerator, but his body, when he comes out of it, is so contorted that as he starts bending his body back into place as it's supposed to be, it is just such a disturbing scene to watch. But of course, this being a more modern horror movie, we did also get some jump scares in here. And did they work? Yeah, they did. 2 of them in particular were terrifying. One of them is in a scene that we see within the trailers, but we do not see the jump scare itself. And another is a jump scare that we see in the trailers, and that is when Pennywise grabs Beverly. That scare in particular was so well placed, even though we had seen it in the trailer before, it got the entire audience. It was fantastic and it was brilliant. My only real negative for this film is the house on Neibolt. And it isn't really how it is put into the story. It is very well integrated into the story, but you look at this thing and compared to the other houses, it is the stereotypical haunted house. It towers like 3 stories above any other house in the film. It's just comically large. When you look at it compared to the other houses in its area, it really does take you out of the film. But that is such a small nitpick. It was a fantastic movie. It deserves the $117 million opening it got. This movie made $117 million. That is unheard of for an R-rated horror film. Guys, if you have not seen this movie yet, go see it because this movie is fantastic. And I am going to give it an A. This is a damn good book adaptation. It was a lot better than The Dark Tower that came out earlier this year. Definitely check this one out. I also want to let you guys know that I'm actually going to be out for about 3 months. I'm going to be gone basically from September 14th until November 25th for work once again. I will be back for about a day. The day that Blade Runner 2049 comes out, you will definitely get a review for that. And I am going to try my best to review everything else that comes out. It may be crappy phone quality, but you will more than likely get a review for at least a few of the films coming out in that time. But did you guys see it? What did you think? Comment below, let me know, and if you guys like this, you can like and subscribe and share, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.